Welcome everyone. Social marketing for NGO is what we will be discussing. The agenda is simple. We will talk about exactly what is social marketing, how do we proceed with the principles of marketing. Marketing mix is a mix of four P's. What are those four P's? We will be learning around it. The six phases of social marketing process. Try to elaborate with an example and the applicability. We'll wind up this presentation, so the videos with the pluses and minuses or advantages or disadvantages or merits or demerits of social marketing thereby. So a definition, social marketing is a use of commercial marketing technique to promote the adoption of a behavior that will improve health or well-being of a target audiences or society as a whole. So overall benefit to the society is the main objective. Overall benefit to the whole society. And how do we benefit the whole society? By changing their behavior, by changing their norms, by educating them, by making them understand what are the good practices and what are the not so good practice, what are the healthy way to conduct lifestyle, and what are the unhealthy way which should be avoided in our daily life. So yes, social marketing is nothing but commercial marketing techniques, which is basically for a change in a behavior, or should I say adoption of a behavior for overall well-being of the society, as the case might be. A promotional framework similar to the conventional marketing, but to achieve social benefit. Remember, ultimate objective is the beneficial to the society. Social upliftment is what we are looking into it. And what is social upliftment? Nothing but improvement in health, conservations of resources, not to sell a product which might be detrimental to the environment, probably. Not a standalone awareness raising tool, but a framework structure that combines classic promotional tools with knowledge from scientific field, economy, psychology, sociology, anthropology, you name it and we have it. Definitely, yes, this is very easy to say than rather than been doing it. It is difficult to implement. Why? Because the age-old adherence to the behavior, and if you want to change those behavior, it cannot be done overnight. People need to be educated time and again. It needs to be hammered into their brain time and again. And even after that, people may not adopt the behaviors willingly. They might resort to the behaviors, the original behaviors, which is not very conducive altogether. So, changing intractable behaviors, often in a complex economic, social, and probably political climates, often with a very limited resources. Remember, it is a social cause. There are no profits that anybody is accruing towards it. Let's say one of the major things are all about water and sanitation promotion. Now, how do we promote sanitation promotion? Improve current situation regarding sanitation, the water mostly connected with behavioral changes in the local communities. Improve social marketing can change current behaviors and therefore improve health and local community as the case might be. Let's say unsafe, every time there's a water bank, probably you need to keep them that unsafe water kills around a number of huge number of a sizable number of children every day. So help rescue, avoid such death, unwarranted death, if maybe. So principle critical to the success of social marketing campaign are what? To understand the audience first, their requirement, their needs, their wants, their barriers, their motivation. What is inbuilt within them? Be clear of what should the audience do. Exchange. Offer your audiences something appealing in return for behavior change. Competition. Your audience can always choose to do something else. Remember, alternatives are always being aware. So be aware of the four P's of marketing: rules of policies, rules, law, and effort of behavioral changes that can be implemented. Now, that is what we are looking for it. First is to understand, next is to exchange, build in a competition, and then probably understand the intricacies of the environment thereby. The four P's framework, what is it all about it? We will have to develop an appropriate product at the right price point, should be available through strategic sales placement and known as also with the promotion of the marketing activities. The fifth piece at times might be policy, and policy is only about for social marketing. So four P's are product, price, placement, and promotion. A viable product at an affordable price at which is readily available and should be motivated with some kind of promotion or incentive as such, And the fifth one is policy of the federal, probably of the provincial government. So product not necessarily a physical or tangible thing. Let's say example household. We can talk about the sanitation facility that has been mentioned out here. People should not be defecating on in the open, probably, and what are the right methodology, how to keep oneself in a hygienic fashion. Services, sludge removal services, practices using of proper toilets, saving water, ideas are environmental protect. But for designing a product, consumer must be aware that there is a problem that the product addresses, and that is what we are talking about, the household. It can be of diarrhea or demand creation, as the case might be. Behavior change. Even though there is no price tag into it, behavior change, nobody is going to benefit, or there's nobody will come to see an instant benefit vis-a-vis whenever we purchase a product or do something in exchange of a price, we see an immediate change in the behavior, but in immediate change, immediate benefit as such. But behavioral change does not accrue immediate change, immediate positivism. And probably there are no price tag to it. That's no more motivations around it. But products that come with behavioral change have a price. For example, soap for hand washing, toilets. Product needs to be affordable for the target audiences. Now, once you install a behavior that soap has to be utilized, the toilet one has to be must be utilizing an hygienic fashion, a rotating kind of thing. It will keep a lot of diseases at bay. Subsidies or incentives may be necessary to boost social marketing intervention as on when on basis, and that is what we are primarily located at. Places, product required for behavioral change needs to be made available, has to be understood, accessible for the target audiences. Example, urban or rural poor needs to have a clean sanitation facilities nearby in order to change their open defecations practices. What are we looking out here? This particular pic that been shown in front of you is about cholera sensitization. Now, if you see the irony of this particular cartoon, it says uh, cholera. If you want to keep cholera, be sanitized, be clean. So what does it? The girl says is because it doesn't. They don't have enough food to eat. So does it concern them? The other one says, forget food. We don't even have water to keep clean ourselves. Now that's the ideas around it. Soap needs to be available in nearby stores. Water needs to be available in a wash hand. You need to put those things in place before behavioral change can be enacted, implemented, enforced upon it. If that is not available, your place, the four P's or one of those P's is place will be vital. Then comes the promotion part of it. Your product is a new behavior. You offer social now. Promotion is often difficult. Why? Because of the situation, the environment that this initiative has been implemented. The environment can be very volatile. The place can be in a turmoil. How do you go around it? So understand the motivation of the target audiences. Knowledge of their primary and trusted channel of communication is what we should be looking around it. Raise awareness, desire to adopt a new behavior as the case might be, and that is what we are looking forward. The fifth P is policy. Policy is government body enforcing. The government body can be federal, can be provincial, sometimes needless for social marketing programs, can be used to make unhealthy behavior harder or probably the desired behavior incentivized. Example, banning open defecations in public places can be used to make desired behaviors, subsidizing provision of hand washing facilities in schools, probably. Uh, you should not be crossing railway lines until and unless in the mandated places. Anywhere the railway lines people are crossing, things are going to go the wrong direction sooner than later. Accidents are bound to happen. People are going to lose their life. So these are things that needs to be enforced upon it. So that is what the policy the federal government or the provincial government can put in place. And remember, social marketing is not just promotion. It is all about behavioral change. The fourth P is promotion. Yes, definitely not just promotion. So many behavioral change programs, we need to have those four P. Social marketing is and is a combination of four P's, because behavioral change is very difficult to implement, very difficult to achieve. And if products are available at the right place, price, probably we can endeavor to start think about it. Based on the thorough review of available data, current literature on behavioral theories, and the best practices of program addressing similar problems, and that is what we are trying to figure out. Example, SWOT analysis. Example, developing a strategy to a certain viability of program. Is it there? Is the problem there? How of people facing the problem? How many of them has faced it firsthand? Defining the problem, describing the problem, and then probably sensitizing the audience about it, the targeted audience, conduct the market research. That is what I am trying to tell it to you, the first hand exposure. What makes the consumer groups like or different from each other? Need to approach different consumer groups in a different ways to their requirement. Please understand, to their priorities. Example, for a general sanitation campaign, you cannot have a standard product. Let's say Urban or promote through one channel, example, radio. You have to have a multi-channel approach altogether. Objective, cluster audiences into useful segment. Which target audiences segments are most ready to change behavior? What do they want or need most in order to do that? Phase number three is to create a market strategy. Heart of marketing program. What do you want and how do you want to achieve it? Based on the research finding, phase one, select target audience and desired behaviors. Specify benefits of the target audiences will receive from behavior change. Benefits they really care about. Specify key barriers that the program will help the target audience to overcome. Absolutely, that is what we should look into it. Adapt for your marketing mix. Different marketing mix for all identified segments, different products at different prices available at different places, reach segment through different communication tools. Also develop a plan, timeline, and budget for each interventions. Highlight key partner and stakeholders as the key case might be. Monitoring data are used to ensure the program is implemented as planned and whether the strategy is suitable or not. Consider also environmental factors, policies, economic condition, new programs, structural changes. Have they changed in one ways or the others? How do you look into it? What needs to be done and how do we process? So implement the intervention and evaluation. Implementation of the program and the evaluation takes place. Launching of the program, producing materials, procuring needed services, sequencing, managing, coordinating the respective intervention, staying on strategy, fielding the evaluation platter as on when on basis. How do we go around it? We need to understand, capture those moments, disseminate the finding, probably what we are learning from every nitty-gritties and interventions that we are putting it out, and modify the activities as warranted, as desired. Let's say promoting of hand washing with a soap. What do we go around it? So national statewide hand washing programs, marketing programs, let's say in Ghana, in Peru, in Senegal, South Africa, Indonesia, among others. We have a website called globalhandwashing.org. Visit them. It is guided by the following principle. These deaths are preventable. The number of deaths are preventable. Research shows hand washing can reduce diarrhea by approximately 50%. Hand washing with the soap is always the right practices. Large scale changes in hand washing practices have been achieved, can be achieved. This behavior has to be installed in everybody's mind. So promoting of hand washing, showing the clips of children doing around it, cleaning it thoroughly, promoting via dance in Japan. I'm just showing you what needs to be done, what is the right method of washing hands via dance by the school children. Global Hand Washing Day and International Day as a disaster in Philippines. I'm giving you an Asiatic example altogether. Social marketing very useful if you're dealing with large numbers and end customers. That's what very pertinent. If it is a wider audiences, very useful. Improving the current situation in an area regarding water sanitation mostly require fundamental change in the behavior of the local community. Social marketing can efficiently change current behaviors and improve the well-being of the local community as it goes around it. This is what we should be improving upon or targeting upon. Let us wind up this presentation by seeing the pluses and minuses, merits and demerits, advantages and disadvantages. What are the advantages? Combines knowledge from various scientific fields in order to get the best understanding how to change behavior. No need to be a marketing expert to implement social marketing. Potential to strongly improve the well-being of a situation of your community. Forces you to take a customer oriented standpoint. How do we come across with it? Next, these are the advantages. Again, combining knowledge from all round fields, be it scientific, be it social. We understand the context for the change of behaviors. No need for a marketing expert. Implement social marketing. Potential to strongly improve the well-being situation of your community. Forces you to take a customer oriented standpoint. Comes in a disadvantages. Implementation require of a marketing team in order to conduct the six phases require time, require money for planning and implementation, and it's a long drawn process. Require some understanding of marketing principle as in disadvantages thereby. With this, I come to an end of this video. Thank you for watching this video till the very end.